So, this channel just hit 666 subs, which means it's time for a
demonic music theory lesson.
Today we're going to be talking about the tritone, the musical interval so evil-sounding that at one point it was banned by the Catholic Church.
We judge him damned!
Except actually that never happened, but that doesn't stop it from being one of the most repeated nuggets of music theory folklore. A tritone is when two notes are 6 half steps apart, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tritone. And yeah, that sounds really dissonant, and it can be used to evoke feelings of fear, suspense, and evil. But used another way, it can sound ethereal and majestic. It's all about knowing how to use it. So let's learn how to use it.
Let's learn how to use it.
The tritone is jarring and dissonant, and for a long time people just avoided it. But over time, as we learned how to build instruments that could more reliably play in tune, and as our tonal palette expanded, musicians started to lean into the instability and leverage the dissonance. So tritone use case number 1 is to evoke feelings of
Fear, instability, and tension.
Hi, Georgie.
You can do it softly and creepily to invoke suspense.
Aren't you going to say hello?
You can do it with intensity, like in the song Black Sabbath by the band Black Sabbath on the album Black Sabbath. You can do it Canadianly. Ugh. Tritone use case number 2 is in the context of a major sounding tonality, like in
The LYDIAN scale.
Lydian is a major scale with a raised fourth. The relationship between that raised fourth and the root of the scale is a tritone. Lydian is interesting because it's happy and uplifting like major, but it's got this unresolved uncertainty to it because of that tritone. But it doesn't stop there. We can go even deeper.
I'm not through with my examination. Sit down.
Tritone use case number 3 is to
Leverage tension and release to facilitate harmonic movement.
So, dominant 7th chords, a major chord with a minor 7th, which you get when you build a chord off of the 5th degree of the major scale, contain within them a tritone. The 3rd and the 7th of the chord are a tritone apart. This makes the chord kind of inherently unstable and calling for resolution, usually to the 1 chord. That's kind of the whole thing about dominant chords. They resolve to the 1 chord. And you've heard that before, right? Like, everywhere? Pretty fundamental harmonic relationship in Western music. What you're hearing is the 3rd and the 7th of that dominant chord, which together make the unstable tritone, resolving to the root and the 3rd of the 1 chord. Tension, release. So it's common to hear a dominant chord at the end of a section of music, because it brings us back home down a 5th to the 1 chord.
There's no place like home.
But you don't even need to really understand this stuff in order to feel it intuitively. Check this out. What's happening here is that comedian Tim Minchin is making a whole audience of non-musicians laugh by playing with the tension of not resolving his 5 chord to the 1 chord. Brilliant. Wow. Dominant chords move us along harmonically, and the engine that drives that movement is the tension and release created by resolving the unstable tritones in the dominant chords.
I learned something today.
So, those are the 3 ways that the tritone is used in music. It's not used in any other ways, Don't even try it.
Don't even try it.
People love to talk about, people like to make a lot of hay about, people love to flap their gums about. A lot of ink gets spilled over how the tritone is the devil's interval and was banned by the Catholic Church for thousands of years.
And this specific interval was banned.
And if you lived long enough ago, they'd have hung you for playing that. You would be killed.
And while this historical anecdote is not true at all, it is fun. And we need to keep the fun in music theory, which is why you should head over to change.org and sign my petition to have the Catholic Church ban the tritone.
Music must be pure.